at this moment, Google will take you to the market where you don't know what to get. AI, any AI like ChatGPT will take you to the shop. What do you want?
Yes.
It saves you a lot of time.
Your go-to stress buster after a tough day at the plant.
So I generally stop speaking when some stress is there. I just keep on listening. I feel people understand what is compliance, and it is a core value of the organization. No promoter will risk his business or her business with non-compliance. Everyone wants compliance. The challenge is how much people understand, how much they understand that one of their act which is not in compliance with the SOP can result into what? Not following the SOP, not reporting certain things will take them where? The level of compliance is different. Nowadays, people, they know what to do and they will do as per SOP only. They will challenge you if you are asking them to do something. When you challenge them, they are refusing it. So,
if you look back to your early days, what was the hardest phase of your journey?
So we were not having that kind of ecosystem. Internet was not so common at that moment of time. Even I was not having my email ID till my B Pharmacy completion.
So today we have joined by a leader who has spent over more than 2 decades shaping the backbone of India's pharmaceutical manufacturing excellence. From leading large-scale operations and regulatory inspections to building world-class facilities for potent and complex molecules. He has seen the industry evolve from the inside out. A strategist, a problem solver, and a firm believer in inspection-ready culture. Please welcome Mr. Laxmikant Tiwari, Senior Vice President, Operations, Pharma Division at Biological E Limited. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Thank you for having me on your podcast.
So, you have spent over 24 years in this, one of the most demanding...
It's more than 26.
26?
More than 2.5 decades.
Silver Jubilee ho gayi hai, sir. This is the most demanding sector in the world. And you have been here for so long. The people will be very keen to know about your journey. How did you started? What did your early days look like? So, let me understand that.
So actually, I was born and brought up in one of the district place in Maharashtra, and I was always passionate about medicines. So I wanted to do something around medicines, and in Maharashtra, at least I can tell you, everyone aspires to become doctor or engineer. So my aspiration was to become doctor, and I didn't score much, and MBBS I could not get. I was able to get in BDS, and at that moment of time, I thought BDS is not my cup of tea. And it was very clear. Then I thought, let's do pharmacy.
Okay.
And before that, in my school days, I lived with people sometime in my community. They were not knowing English and all that, and I was educated in convent and a small village. These all small things very matters much. I used to read the medicine. I used to tell them dose without understanding anything.
School days?
At least from my 8th, 9th.
Oh.
So I used to read all that, and then one of my friends' father was a pediatrician, so we used to sit in his OPD. I used to see MRs doing calls. I used to see those pamphlets. We used to use that booklets also, those pains given the pharmaceutical company. And one company I still remember, it is HMR, Higgs, Marion and Trishel, and someone told me it's a company merger of 3 companies, French company, German company and all that. So somewhere in the back of my mind, medicine was there. And from there, I thought I will go with MBBS, and as I told, I could not make it. BDS was not my cup of tea. I chose B Pharm, and I did pharmacy.
Okay.
So that was my journey. I think everyone wants to do, and engineering also. I'll tell you one more fascinating story. I got into mechanical engineering, and it was a government college, and it was a polytechnic college, and I did almost 15 days of studies there, and again I realized this is not exciting me. And at that moment of time, it was very difficult saying no to engineering and going for pharmacy. But my family supported me, particularly my brother supported me, and now I'm here.
Family support matters.
Yeah, it matters.
So,
And friends also. Sometimes I realize I'm fortunate to have very good friends, and they are still my friends. Now we are almost more than 50, but still we are friends. We almost speak every week.
oh,
Whenever we go to our native, we always have a gathering. Almost everyone would be there. Now we are gathering along with the families. That connection is still there.
great, great, sir. So, if you look back to your early days, what was the hardest phase of your journey?
See, actually, I'm not from a big city, so most of the time we were not having access to any data. Like as I told you about medicine, so my journey when I did my pharmacy, and that college was also not so big. It was I was part of the second or third batch, and still the college was under construction, so we were not having that kind of ecosystem. And internet was not so common at that moment of time. Even I was not having my email ID till my B pharmacy completion. So our access was to through network, and I still remember there were some magazines which used to come to my friends, his father's clinic, NIMS and SIMS. Those were monthly index of medicinal specialties and all that. I still remember the cover page. So I used to take things from there, and I used to apply to the different pharmaceutical company. Challenge was access was not there. So that was the big thing, which right now the youngster have that privilege. They have access to everything, and nowadays with the AI and everything, they get the thing what they really want. I always say people like AI is like a thing. Like at this moment, Google will take you to the market where you don't know what to get. Any AI like ChatGPT will take you to the shop. What do you want?
Yes.
So it saves you a lot of time, and you have access to a whole world. Sitting in a village, once you have a internet, that power in your hand in mobile, you can get to any place, get access to anything, provided you have a curiosity for that.
Completely agree. Yes. So, operations leadership is all about very high pressure,
Yeah.
tight timelines, and zero error expectations. Was there ever a moment where everything seemed to be going wrong at once, and how did you manage in like such situation?
Yeah. So, see, in operation life, you will get this kind of moments most of the time. But at the early phase of my career, these moments were so frequent. And what happens in our educational system, we will get technically competent, educated, and technically we know how to handle the things. But in pharma, it's very difficult. Like for example, there are verticals, quality vertical, operation vertical. At the beginning of my career, I'll talk about, like, I started in 1999, and I'm talking about 2008 and 10 era. It was I was not knowing that collaboration is required. You need to collaborate with quality and all that. So I have faced a lot of time this kind of situation, and in that, what I understood, if you go deeper into the problem, understand it, dissect into small things, understand the cause of that event. Sometimes it could be a bigger event, sometimes it could be a smaller event, and collaborate with your engineers, collaborate with your microbiologists, collaborate with your QA colleagues, with your own team, understand. I think you will always get to the root cause, and then next time this kind of lessons will prepare you, and then you can avoid the problems, as well as you can predict also. Once you like grow with your experience, with your network, you can start predicting the things, and then you start making things right first time kind of concept. So you will avoid uh, doing wrong things, or you will be able to identify that this has an effect at XYZ place, and you will avoid doing that.
Completely agree. I think working collaboratively is like nowadays very important. Like earlier, they were like parallelly work, but now the world is going into collaborative working.
I always give an example to everyone. Like doctors know their medicines, engineers know, like mechanical engineer will know mechanical aspects, computer engineer. But pharmacy is a subject which, trust me, I would say a 12th pass boy, you will teach him everything. I studied 12 chemistry. I studied engineering. I studied how to drawing isometric projections. I studied English. I studied jurisprudence and microbiology. plants, animals, pharmacology, anatomy, physiology. So you imagine a 4-year graduate guy has gone through this kind of journey. So somewhere that boy will never be expert. He'll be knowing all subjects. I think that has helped me in my pharma field, because again, you have an engineer who are expert, you have microbiologists who are expert, you have chemists who are expert, and this kind of things, handling all these subjects and all these things has helped me a lot. And I think that has one of the it has played a key role in my journey. I personally believe that.
Oh, great. So, as you are talking about the engineers and everything, so you have already led some massive cross-functional teams.
Yeah.
Production, engineering, quality, packaging, and beyond. What is that one leadership habit you practice on the shop floor that you believe most directly impacts the performance and compliance of the team members?
See, I think listening to the team is very, very important. So I personally feel team below is more knowledgeable and more informed. The level of information what they have, most of the time you will not have it, because you will get access in your day's life to 10, 15 people. They have got access to 50 people. So information, whatever they have, and sometimes knowledge also. They may not know impact and all that, but they have a lot of knowledge. And most of the time signals also. You'll always get signals. You'll always have signals. Let's talk about like water system. You'll get a signal. Your micro monitoring data will tell you something. Your conductivity will tell you something. Your TOC will tell you something. Same thing in your area when you are putting a lot of people, new people. So adding new people to the team, and again having a just paper training and expecting them not to do error is a hypothetical world then we are expecting, and that world doesn't exist. So this kind of signals has helped me a lot. I earlier, like first 5-10 years of my career, I was curious and I was very collaborative, but I was not listening. But slowly, when I went to the leadership position, I was fortunate enough to have people who were giving feedbacks on my face, as well as they were having a lot of structural things like skip sessions where people will give feedback about me. Once I'm outside the room, they will take feedback from my team. So those kind of sessions has helped me a lot, and I developed that listening habit, and it helped me a lot. Most of the time, the solution lies in the discussion, but the guy who is telling you that, he may not be knowing because of his experience.
Yes.
See, you are at a leadership position, you see 100 things. He may see 1 or 2 things only. And you need to only connect that fellow with those 2 or 3 things which are relevant to him.
Yes.
And that's the way they will learn, and you will catch the signals and will solve the problems. And sometimes you will avoid also.
Correct. Rather than going in with 100 things,
Yeah.
focus on 2 to
Yeah.
3 things.
Yeah.
So from the early age only, or from beginning only, you were very clear that you want to go in pharma and you're fascinated about medicines and everything. But you also said that you went into polytechnic. And I
Yeah.
think this polytechnic term is very famous over there, like in Amravati, Nagpur, the Vidarbha area.
Yeah.
So did you really went into the college and you started studying it and then you dropped out, or how was it?
So I got admission into the government polytechnic college, which is not easy because my 10th score was very good as compared to 10th. Slightly 10th was better, 12th was also good. So I got admission there, and I took everything what any engineering guy will do, that all those boards and those to like big box to keep the paper and all that. And I went to the college. It was a big college and all that. But somehow I realized that I can't do it because I was not good at maths.
Oh.
Never. But biology was my always favorite subject. Physics was fascinating me. Chemistry was okay. And maths was not at all. So with all that, I was very clear. And then I realized I should leave this. And then there are things like culturally, when you are brought up into certain climate, a certain environment. I still remember that if I would have continued that 4-5 months also, and then I would have left, that seat would have left vacant. But then I realized my father told me, if you're not interested, then why you're wasting time? Leave it. My brother told me, a few of my friends who were already there in the engineering, they told me, and I realized I left that. And some of that sync might have gone to someone else. I don't know. But I feel it was my right decision. Otherwise, I would have become a very bad engineer. So it's good call, whatever I took at that moment of time.
And then you left Amravati?
No, I studied my pharmacy there only.
Amravati.
Yeah, but then I went to different selection process and I got admission into free seat. It was on my merits only.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Great. So, you have worked extensively on isolators, contaminant facilities, and potent molecule manufacturing. So, from your vantage point, what is the biggest shift happening today in sterile manufacturing and high potency facilities? And what should pharma leaders start preparing from right now?
So I'll take this question in two ways. Like handling high potent molecule is one aspect, and handling isolator is one aspect. Like high potent with respect to oral solid dosage form, there your intent is to protect your people, protect your facility from contamination from one module to another module. That's the whole purpose. You want to avoid occupational exposure to the people working into the oral solid dosage form. So containment has got that aspect. So what we do there, we use a split phase butterfly wall kind of thing, which will transfer powder from one stage to another without adding any contaminations. The area, once those two equipment get separated, there will be no contamination left onto the surface, which are exposed to the environment. That's the one way. And then with HPLC designs, those designs are also very different for potent molecule when you are handling powder. On top of that, then if you are able to contain that facility into an isolator, which are generally negative pressure isolator in oral solid dosage form, you add that process into the isolator, again, which is very difficult in oral solid dosage form. You cannot contain all the process. But if it is possible, like for example, granulators, small granulator for development for a high potent oncology or any hormonal facility, you can do that always. You can contain your facility. That is another way. And the last way of containment in handling potent molecule is protecting yourself in like wearing space suits, wearing half suits, wearing different breathing equipments. So that will give you a filtered air into your breathing zone and you'll get protected from the environment, whatever you have. That's the way for potent. And like coming back to injectables, so like handling potent molecules in injectables, so risk as compared to oral solid dosage form in potent is shifted to patient. Here you are not protecting the employees or your own people working on the shop floor, except the one operation where you handle powder, like dispensing. Rest of all your operation, like once the powder is added to the solution, it's all safe. So here your intent is to protect the patient.
Yes.
And in that context, then you need to have a different strategy. And most of the time in injectable, like we add a lot of safety factors when we do calculate the cleaning validation limits. Generally, the industry at 10x. So, for example, if something in oral solid dosage form, the carryover is 1x. So, in injectable, will go 10 times more stringent. And that carryover will not be allowed. So, the option left in front of the operation team or a good quality team will always prefer to have a product dedicated contact parts. Either you dedicate the product contact parts or you single use it, like use it and throw it. So that's the concept. And the other aspect, what you talk about, isolators. Isolators actually play a very key role in pharmaceuticals. And now, thanks to Annex 1 also, which came in August 2023, it clearly talks about automation, it talks about technology. And they're also pushing industry to shift from ORABs, CRABs to isolator. And I was fortunate enough when I was working for one of the Indian multinational company, my facility was the first USFDA facility of that organization. And my facility was the first facility who made those batches into the isolators. I'm talking about injectable isolators, which are positive pressure isolators. So isolators facility will give you added assurance. So risk of contamination is very, very low. Again, when you go deeper, there are risks. So every system has a drawbacks, has a risk. has some constraint, but comparatively, Isolator gives you all that thing, and you'll reduce the risk the minimum possible when you make any injectable in Isolator line. Because here you are separating your product, which is aseptically filled product, from the environment, which is your class C most of the time, and your own people.
So, and like, what should the pharma leader should like start preparing from now on?
See, I think leaders know what to do. So, see, at certain level, your technical competence is required for you when you are at the base of the pyramid of leadership. Once you grow, you need to start like understanding people, and I would say be empathetic with the people, understand the softer part of things. Like one example I'll give, I have seen a trend where most of the time when we do investigation, which is shifted in last 7-8 years, but earlier there were a day like when we will doing investigation, the root cause is human error, and we'll always focus on the guy who did that operation, the analyst who tested it, the microbiologist who tested it, or the guy in the operation on the shop floor who has worked, or focus or the guy who did the documentation. We have never gone below that. Why that fellow has done the mistake? And most of the time we'll get a lot of elements which are linked with your leadership. Why people are doing mistakes? Sometimes that guy may not have clarity what to do. Sometimes he may be having a huge workload. Sometimes you're not trained in properly, he doesn't know what to do. And you'll keep on shifting people. We don't have that SME concepts in India. Generally, the bottom of the pyramid, like operators, they'll spend some time on one of the line and you'll put them on the another line. One day you'll ask microbiologist to do the water sampling. After 6 months, you'll ask him to do the sterility testing with 1 or 2 months of qualification. So somehow the leadership plays key role in handling people, handling these all dynamics, identifying the right skill, appreciating the right people, developing a culture of appreciation, developing a culture of listening to the people, understanding their problem, going on to the shop floor, doing gambas for cause, doing gambas on theme. Like you have a theme like sanitization of water, you have a theme of sampling, you have a theme of visual inspection of any injectables. We can do all those gambas, and as a leader, we can add a lot of value there beyond your technical competency. That technical competency, I personally believe everyone who gets entry into the pharma, everyone is either graduate or postgraduate. All our people are qualified, and in India, IQ levels are already good. The people available are all talented, qualified people. They know their subject. So the softer part, the program into that hardware, the leadership matters.
Correct. So you have actively led regulatory inspections on site. In today's environment, do you believe regulatory compliance is still viewed as a checkpoint, or it is finally becoming the core business growth lever?
It is a core business lever. Earlier, there were days, I'm talking about before 2008 or 10, but when the regulator came harder onto the management and onto the pharmaceutical industry, things are transformed. At least last 1.5 to 2 decades, I feel people understand what is compliance, and it is a like core value of the organization. No promoter will risk his business or her business with non-compliance. Everyone wants compliance. The challenge is how much people understand, how much they understand that one of their act which is not in compliant with the SOP can result into what? Not following the SOP, not reporting certain things will take them where? So this kind of things, if we bring into the culture, if you give that freedom to the people, the shop floor people, I think things are changing, and again it will change. But sometimes it's disheartening when you see some observations from the regulators. Still, I read just 3 months back, I can't name that companies. And I was very surprised that today also people are having the systems which are the basic systems required to make medicine. That's where questions by one of the regulators. So few pockets, I would say people are still learning from their harder experience, but rest of this industry, they know what is compliance, they value quality, they understand patient safety. and the level of understanding is totally different. And I am most of the time I spend my on the shop floor, the level of compliance is different. Nowadays, people, they know what to do and they will do as per SOP only. They will challenge you if you are asking them to do something. When you challenge them, they are refusing it. So that kind of culture, no, this my SOP doesn't talk. I can't do this.
Oh.
So that level I'm seeing into the people now. They are very clear about their SOP.
So do they like stick to their SOP?
Yeah, they stick to the SOP. They know their protocol. They know their activity. They are very clear what are their boundaries. Most of the people. I am not like I cannot give certificates to everyone, but most of the people I have seen, they know their job. Now they know they should read their JD. They should read the SOP.
Correct.
They know why of the process. Most of the people why they are doing it. They know why they are doing inspection, where it can impact, why inspection is required, what is the importance of labeling, and aseptic operators also now they know if they put hand in this way and this way, it's different. It's not like we're using left hand and right hand. Using left hand will have a different impact on the airflow.
Yes.
Using right hand have a different impact on airflow. So these guys, they know now.
So is it like the left and right hand also matters?
Yeah, it matters. So it's not hand. It's what are you doing into the aseptic area in that clean zone. You are doing intervention with this, so you are impacting few things which are on this side. If you are doing with like this, you are impacting things on this side. So it matters.
Okay, the sides also matter.
Yeah.
As the level of friction also.
Yes, the how fast you put your hand, how slow you put your hand. Are you using one hand? Are you using two hands?
Both the hands.
You are using tool. You are not using tool. A sterile tool. Everything matters.
And they're like getting serious about
Yes.
the structured process and about the compliance and quality. Yeah. It's a good thing.
Yeah, and I have seen the era. People used to see this document as a burden. Now people don't see it. Like in last 20 years, I could say this respect. They know the importance of this document. When they create something, they understand what they are creating.
And taking the regulatory factors very seriously.
Yes.
Okay. Sir, what mindset shift do Indian pharma companies still need to adopt?
See, one thing regulators haven't asked it, so why should I do it? So that mindset, we should come out of that. So don't wait for regulators asking you a question, challenging you with observation, and then reacting and doing things. I think we should change that. I understand being an operation, I'm talking this, that adds a lot of capex, opex, but there is no alternative to that. So you need to have things in place right first time. You cannot avoid things, and you cannot learn always from mistake, because we are talking about medicines. So that mindset shift is required, and I think industry more or less is shifted towards. It's beyond compliance. I have seen few organizations, they are beyond compliance. They talk about quality. I personally feel like quality is beyond compliance. Compliance is just meeting the specification limit, but quality is beyond that.
Yes, completely agree.
Yeah.
So before we move on to our last segment, which is the rapid fire round, any closing remarks you want to give?
See, I think my closing remark will be, whatever you do, know what are you doing it, understand it. If you don't know, ask question, don't hesitate. Get yourself clear on the topics, on the activity, get that clarity, and learn and do it. In pharma, we can't afford to do anything which we don't know.
Yes,
that's that much only I think.
That might cost a lot.
Yeah.
Okay. So one word to describe life in pharma operations.
It's exciting and satisfying when you realize that the medicines which you are making and people are using it, they're getting relief. It's satisfying.
It's very satisfactory
Very
job.
satisfactory.
Your go-to stress buster after a tough day at the plant?
At the plant or at the home?
At the plant.
So at the
tough day at the plant. So what is your stress buster?
So I generally stop speaking when some stress is there. I just keep on listening. And as I told you, you listen more and you see more. you'll somehow get some light in that back tunnel. Okay, now slowly after 5, 10, 15 minutes, 1 hour, 2 hour, or half day, morning it was a problem. Up mid of the day, you'll start getting some light into the tunnel. Oh, there are few solutions. And again, you'll expand it to your colleagues. You'll listen, and at the end of the day, you'll definitely reach to the some solutions also. You'll identify, and by that time, you'll be clear with the risk of those issues and all.
Yes.
And your stress will go. Definitely, stress would be there, but personally, that stress should be remain in your heart. Not it should not go to your brain, because here you are risking only one organ. Here you are risking whole body. It's a central nervous system. So leave it there. Be patient. Listen to the people. Understand holistically. Most of the time we are judgmental actually. Someone will come with the problem. Will sometime will not understand whether really it's a big one. Sometime will misunderstood so big one, and then you will realize, oh, it's not so big, or oh, it's so big. Let the things happen. Understand it, because you cannot see in pharma generally once things has happened. Most of the time you will take few calls. There are 100 ways to identify the risk, and you can always safeguard the patient safety. No need to worry about that. Important that you should get the solution. You should understand why it has happened and how can you avoid it for future. That's the more ask, and with that you will get relief. You will not get stress. With your experience, you can definitely develop that.
Great. So take time to process.
Yeah.
So one leadership trait that you appreciate most in others.
So one thing, I like the people who are very keen to take responsibilities. I have seen most of the people, they'll be always available, and they'll be not only focusing on their area, they'll be very keen to help others also. So I like that one aspects of leadership in at least team, which is very, very good to have. And these kind of people only I personally believe in future they climb the ladder of leadership and they go to the bigger roles.
Becoming the go-to person.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Biggest myth about plant heads.
So biggest myth is he has no role to play in regulatory inspection, and plant heads are always a people who will push quality systems to give the results and all that. Plant heads are the people who create pressure. I think these are all myths. It's nothing like that. It's always a collaboration, and days are changed. No one can push quality because everyone understand what quality means. Even the quality, the operation, everyone knows. Even people down the floor, they know it. It's not so easy. I think these are the myths. That plant heads are tough.
So your favorite food to eat?
It's dal and rice, dal and chawal.
Comfort food.
With nothing into dal and nothing into rice. Rice is only rice, dal is only dal.
Coffee or chai during stress day?
I am a chai guy with a ginger and all.
Your favorite destination?
Favorite, any like place which is not crowded and which is on a hilltop. It could be a place near to my hometown called Chikaldar, or it could be the Titlis Tower in Switzerland. Both are same for me.
Okay. If not in pharma, what career would have you chosen?
I think it's difficult to answer because see, I'm an accidental pharmacist. I wanted to become doctor. So I'm already in my career which I have not chosen, but I enjoy it. I'm very happy and I'm fulfilled also.
Satisfied.
But I don't know what I would have done. I think that what I told the story, I would have become a very bad engineer.
Great. Thank you, sir. Thank you for coming here and sharing your insightful journey. It was really nice talking to you. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.